Okay, here we go. All right, now if somebody shows up that I haven't read in the last week or two, then I will definitely read them. But in the meantime, guys, let's have some fun with cards.
Woohoo!
All right, so Amanda's love life. God, what can you show us for Amanda? Oh, I heard right there. It's funny, when they tell me to stop in my head when I'm shuffling, you know what I hear? Whoop, there it is. I can't sing, but you know that song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna lay them all out oh, I'm laying them upside down. That's the problem. I'm like, what the heck? Haha, this is interesting. Oh, this is so interesting, hon. Okay. So in the past, you have the why can't I think of the world or the name of it? The wheel of fortune, which is a sign of good luck, fortune, something coming into your life unexpectedly, or the wheel turning kind of thing. I would say that's your career.
All right.
Which is showing that in the past you were focused on this stroke of luck, which we were just talking about in the reading before that, right? And then in the present you have kids, summertime, kids. This is the biggest happiness card in the deck as well. This
Oh,
is the
wow.
happiest card in the deck. So this tells me that you used this stroke of luck in the past to be able to reorganize things, get yourself happy, take care of your child as well. And that's funny because then in what you desire, you've got the Empress, which is manifestation and motherhood.
Yes.
You're trying to manifest a future for him and be a good mom. That's what this
Yeah.
card represents. That's in what you desire. What you expect. I love this. A lover. You got the lovers. You just expect that he's going to come and bite you in the butt. You're expecting that. But what you're not expecting, oh, I love this even more. I say that he already knows you or something, because unexpected unknown factors, you have that Six of Wands again, which is a card about recognition and being in public recognition as well. So I don't know if this means that he's going to see you being recognized or something at school or whatnot, but there's something about seeing you in public or something about public recognition with that one.
Okay.
In the unexpected, I think it's school as well. I think you're going to come across somebody at school that is doing the same subject as you or whatnot, something like that, because the Ace of Wands is a card of passion. It's a card of beginnings. In a lot of other decks, that thumb here, which is pointed down in this one, but in most decks, it's pointed up like this, which symbolizes like literally thumbs up. But it's also a card of being focused and driven on like passions and business and things like that, right? So
Right.
I think this is talking about that, and the distant future is holding on to what you have, like holding on tightly. Um, Honestly, it feels like what this is saying to me is that you have to get to a different status in the community um, before you start dating, because what I'm getting from this is that in the past, you weren't given your just rewards kind of thing. You weren't given credit where credit was due. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that is so true.
And
The
so this,
title definitely got in the way of what I was actually doing.
exactly. So this time you're like, you know what? I'm not dating until I'm done my schooling and stuff, until people can see me who I really am and stop treating me like that little peasant girl, because that's not who I am. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So that's interesting. I think I see a lot of flirtation. Is there somebody at school that you're interested in?
No, like so my school, like if the French training is online, like I only have one teacher. The only person
Interesting.
I ever talk to is the same one teacher every day. It's a
Okay.
girl, and there's no flirtation there.
Well, that's interesting because it's something to do with what you're passionate about and in public. So I'm just going to ask, what is this? What is this about? See? Again, and it flips over this time. That's interesting. The Queen of Wands, again, business, passion, entrepreneurial, that kind of stuff. But then you have the the decision, yeah, indecision card, the Two of Swords, which is like, see how she's blindfolded and there's
Yeah.
two swords. It's like, which way am I gonna go here? Interesting. Yeah, again, I think that's saying that you're not going to be able to make a decision on this kind of thing or get clarity around it until you step into who you really are.
Right.
Interesting. They won't give me a timeline, unfortunately. Well, I can phrase it in a way. So how about this? I'll phrase it in this way. Is Amanda going to meet somebody in a romantic way before the end of the year? Well, don't. They flew now. So try that again. Is she going to meet somebody in a romantic way before the end of the year? I'll take those. They just popped. Oh, yeah, and I don't know about this. Hold on. You have the Chariot, which is the card of things moving really, really fast, right? Hi, Sheila. I haven't read you in a while, so I'll read you when we're done.
Oh, I was just calling in to listen in. It's
Oh, well,
okay.
we're doing cards today because I've read for everybody here. So,
Oh, okay, sure.
right? Okay, so yes, things moving forward very fast, but then you have the anxiety card here. The Nine of Swords is anxiety, grief, being in your head, worrying, that kind of stuff, followed by, I know exactly what that's saying, followed by the Two of Wands, which is the card, you see how he's holding that globe in his hand?
Yeah.
He's kind of standing there on the cliff looking out. It's like the energy of this card is kind of like being happy with where you are, having the world in your hands, but making plans for the future. And
Right.
so I think what this is saying is that if you move too fast, it's going to cause a lot of worry and grief and stuff like that because you're not ready
Absolutely.
yet. You're
Yeah.
here. You're focused on being happy where you are and making plans for later. So no, I don't think by the end of this year yet. I think that the universe is really wanting you and really proud of you. I got to tell you, that grandmother that's behind you is like talking about that it's really important for you to be happy and happy as long as you can before you meet somebody. Again, that energy of raising you up before you meet somebody.
Yeah, that's what I've been focusing on. I definitely haven't been looking for anyone. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you know
So,
it would be too much grief and anxiety and worry right now with
exactly.
everything going on.
Yeah. So I've definitely just been focusing on like my happiness and making sure I'm happy and my son's happy just as we are.
That's awesome. Well, it looks good.
Good.
Looks
Awesome.
good. Okay, Steph, I'm gonna ask now. Do you got a question? Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you're the only Stephanie on here today.
Sorry. My husband was talking to me, so I was distracted. No, I don't have a question.
No questions at all. How about the house?
Well, we're going to look at a house today, actually. It's a big house, like it'll fit us all, but there used to be like a black mold problem in there. So I don't know. They said they fixed it, but
Let me ask. Horseshoe spread. The house
I like the house. But
that Stephanie's going to look at. Show me. They're flying. Hold on. Where did the card go? There it is. I don't know. Be careful. Just don't go into anything too quickly. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm going to do them again. I don't like that card that came out, though. House.
well, there was a lot of mold in it when we looked at it last year. So
Upside down. So it's interesting. Past wishes. This is the wish card. If you could wish for a house, this would be like the perfect house. Death, present, death, transformation, end. So what you said about the mold and having to clean things out, transformation, transforming, that's what that card's about. That's in the present, the transformation. So I do see a transformation has taken place there. That's a good thing. What you desire to just be able to move forward. You got the Page of Wands, which is the project card, being able to move forward in a new project, a new beginning, right?
yeah.
What you expect. That's interesting. You got the Queen of Pentacles, which is the card of manifestation, It can be a slower card. It's like slow and steady kind of wins the race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Materialization. So interesting. Unexpected unknown factors. This is a good sign. You got the happiest card in the deck. Are you taking a tool that will measure the mold with you?
Well, they're gonna have to be like stipulations that it passes a mold
I'm seeing
inspection.
this tells me it will, because this is unexpected unknown factors. And just so you know, when I hold that card, I see discount. Did you get it for less because
We haven't bought it.
would the price be knocked down because of the mold?
No, I don't think so. I'm not even sure if it's like the house will go with, but I know that it's plenty big enough for us all, which is what we need. We need a big house, but.
Well, I would say your cards would say there's a very good possibility. Unexpected unknown is the happiest card in the deck. It's also showing summertime and kids, which would give you a project around the end of summer. It's also showing your cup runneth over, being in love, being extraordinarily happy. That's exactly what that means. And then the distant future is the world card, which is like completion. This is a very good sign. If it's not this one, there is another one right around the corner, but I think it's around this one. I'll be honest with you.
Well, we'll know tonight. My house that I have, like my dreams for, is not this house, but it could be. It could make it this house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be the transformation that was coming in the present as well, is that you
Maybe.
can see how you can transform the house. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if they're saying that the mold is gone, I would say that my cards show that's absolutely correct.
Well, they said that it had to be mold free for a year before they were allowed to like release it and put it back on the market. But it was like tons of mold. Like it was a lot of mold. And I'm like, how do you get rid of all that? And they said they just bleached it and stuff like that, which also made me go,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Take some tools in there.
Definitely.
Interesting. Okay.
I've been like bugging my grandma nonstop. Like, you need to help me out. You need to help guide me. Is this right? And
Well, that's
I think
probably
she's
why we
been
got
trying.
today.
Yeah. I was like, I think she's been trying, but I've been like all over the place. Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm.
All right. One more question. Specifically, I'm just going to go past, present, future. Is the mold in that house gone? Show me the mold in the house. Past, present, future. Huh. Interesting. I don't know. So this is interesting. In the past, you have the High Priestess, which is the card of intuition, psychicness, gut instinct, that kind of thing, which is what you were using in the past to determine that, right?
Yes.
In the present, we have the King of Wands. And again, this card worries me a little bit. Remember in the beginning before I even pulled the first reading, I said I didn't like that card that fell out? You had the Knight of Wands. Now, the thing I don't like about this is that it's not that I don't like it. It can be good, but it means very fast. Things moving very, very fast. Do you know what I mean? It's like a rush. So if they try to move too fast, be cautious on that, because at the future card is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. You see how she's kind of tied to those swords there, so she thinks she's completely restricted, but her feet aren't. So she's not as stuck as she thinks she is, but she thinks she's stuck, and she is stuck in a lot of ways. So I'm not sure what that means in the future. I think it's a warning that if you go too fast, you might hit some roadblocks.
That actually makes sense because we're leaving on Thursday and we're looking at the house today, and things would probably have to be pushed fast. And that's actually what's hesitating me.
That would make sense. Then
Yeah,
I'm just going to
that
ask.
makes completely sense.
I'm going to ask for some clarification on this Eight of Swords here. Show me what this is. Cup. And what's on the bottom of the deck? The Fool. So what I'm going to say is make sure that it feels right when you do it. If your heart's telling you that it's the right one, it'll be the right one. The cards that clarify the Eight of Swords, again, you have Wands. The Three of Wands, which is the card of your ship coming in. So you know that your ship is coming in soon. You know this house is coming in soon. It's just a matter of time, right?
Mhm.
You've been working your butt off. This is the Eight of Pentacles, is about working and saving and working hard to make this happen.
Mhm.
And then you have I love this card that comes in. This is the Page of Cups. It's an offer of one that you will love, right? One that will, again, I see that Ace of Cups that I saw before. I would say that I'm getting the message that if this, I keep feeling like sometimes before we get what we want, the devil offers us something that looks like what we want, but is not what we want. You know what I mean?
I feel that so much. I feel that so much. I really do. I feel like in my guts, I'm like, this, I could make this house a good house, but I don't think it's the right house, but it's the right house. Do you know what I mean?
Intuition. That's
Yeah.
what this past is saying. I would say rely on your intuition. And again, that makes sense here because now I see what this means in the future position. If you were to jump on this house too fast, it would leave you restricted. But I think you're feeling restricted now. And what this is telling you is you're not as restricted as you think. Yes, you have a lot of restrictions around you, but it's not game over. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that the minute that you turn down what's not meant for you, what is meant for you comes running in. Look at, he's presenting this cup. He's like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Cool. Well, now I want to know what happened. So,
I'll let you know. When are you back from your trip?
the beginning of August there. So
Really?
I know a lot of you guys have been asking for the videos. I've been keeping them for a reason because when I go, actually, I'm going to start today or tomorrow. I'm going to put up one a week. That way, while I'm gone, I have videos to put up while I'm gone so that you might not be able to get readings right now, but you can go and listen to the ones from last month.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll have a really good time.
Thank you. And you too.
Yes, I'm going to. I know I'm going to. It's going to be so nice.
Yeah. Okay, Sheila, do you have any questions?
Oh, wow. Well, I was thinking about that when you were talking to Stephanie. I don't really have any specific questions, but I started to think, okay, well, what's on my mind lately?
Yeah.
And on my mind lately is thinking a lot about my daughter and her friendships going on right now. So maybe something about that.
I can feel that just when you're talking about that. Holy, do you know what I saw when you said that?
What?
You heard my pissy lemonade analogy?
Yes, yes.
That's what I see. I feel like she's being redirected. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So let's see what the cards say. What's your daughter's name?
Sophie.
Oh, I love that name. Okay, show us Sophie's social. Show us what's going on with Sophie socially. There it is. Move this back a touch. I knew it. Exactly what I thought. Okay. Interesting. So in the past position, you've got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about embarking on a new project or going in a new direction, starting something. That is followed by, in the present, you have the Queen of Pentacles, which the Queen of Pentacles is a slow and steady manifestation of something, putting in the work, working towards something. It's an earth sign, very, I feel like, okay, so hold on a second. See, okay, So you understand the pissy lemonade analogy, right? It's about dumping out what we don't want so we have room for what we do want. I
Right.
feel like she's trying to take some of these friends into this new project, into this new direction in her life. She must be like early adulthood, like 20s, right?
No, she's a
Teen.
tween.
There we go. Ah.
Tween drama. Yeah.
So it's about not being able to take her friends with her, I think, is the problem she's having. Because you have the magician. Now, the thing about the magician, and this is in the category of what she desires, the thing about the magician is he's tricky. It is a manifestation card of like, ta-da, making things happen. But it's also about some things are hidden. It's like, watch this hand, not this hand kind of thing. That gives me the indication, as well as what she's expecting is the Seven of Pentacles, is that card of having to pause and having to contemplate. Do I want to keep going in this direction? Do I want to stop here? Do I not? Do you know what I mean? This is a complete, she's learning who her friends are. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
going on. Under unexpected unknown factors is she's going to gain an ally here. So this situation, whatever this is that's going on for her, is giving her an opportunity to make a new best friend. I'm seeing, although I'm seeing a lot of drama over here, like he said, she said, accusation kind of energy coming back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting from this, it's like when two people are in kind of the same situation, they bond together. You know what I mean? So I don't know if this is a boyfriend or if this is a female friend or something, but this is an opportunity for her to get closer with somebody, to learn who she can really depend on and who she can't. And then in the near future is her independence card. This is about her learning to stand up for herself, her learning to stand alone. Like the Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. It's a card of having everything you need to go forward, abundance. I'm seeing an abundance of, I see her almost like the leader of the pack kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? This situation propels her to be an example for everybody else. And and the outcome is her having great mental clarity over the situation and being able to say what needs to be said to who it needs to be said to. The Queen of Swords does not hold her tongue. And I think that's a big difference from the Queen of Pentacles, who would keep things secret. It's all about that slow and steady marching forward. But the Queen of Swords is like, out of my way, biatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say she's really good right now. This is a really, I know it's not fun to go through in the moment, but it's extraordinarily important that she go through this because she needs these skills in order to move forward in her life. When she's an adult, she's really going to need those discernment skills, right? It's hard lessons that we learn when we hit puberty and stuff. I've got 4 kids and they all go through it where, you know, all these kids that we've been hanging out with since elementary school, all of a sudden, some of them are starting to do drugs and others are having sex and some of them are swearing and getting into trouble all the time. And so all of a sudden, all these kids who've been around each other their whole lives go in different directions. And it's about learning that discernment of who I am and who I want in my corner. And I think the only reason she's stressed about it is because I think she cared about a lot of these people and she wants to take all of them with her into the future, not see people's true colors come out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this totally makes sense. She has one friend that is shown recently that can't be trustworthy. And the way you've described it is exactly how she's handled it. She's just been truthful and said, I can't trust it. I don't think I can trust you going forward. So
and
now
it's that brings somebody into her world that she can trust.
Okay.
That's the unexpected unknown factor part, is to tell her It's like a 2-year-old. You tell her this. You say, I know that it sucks that you can't go play in the toilet water and mommy closed the door or God closed the door. But I promise if you look over here, there's something so much better for you. Just don't cry about that door being closed in front of you. When God shows us that somebody in our life cannot be trusted and doesn't have our best interest at heart, then it's our job to close that door and not go in and keep playing in that situation. It's only going to get us hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. I did talk to her about, still being civilized, because that's part of a large group that all sees each other. And so you can still be cordial, but not trust that person with personal thoughts and, not be close friends.
Yeah. I'm just flipping this again. That's so funny. Some of the same cards came out again. I just asked, okay, so at the end of this, what does the outcome look like? On the other end of this conflict. That's so interesting. You got the Queen of Wands coming up, which is that card of independence and business and passion and moving forward, followed by, and that's in the present. In the past, that's her learning to find that independence, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the present, you have communication, lots of it, moving swiftly and fastly. So that's communication coming in and out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What she desires, be juggling. So again, that doesn't surprise me, because she wants to be able to bring everybody into her future, right? She's like, I can juggle, I can make time for you, I can make time for you, I feel like she doesn't really want to cut everything off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this card again, the Nine of Pentacles, that independence and success card, she expects that she's going to be independent and successful no matter what. That's why she thinks that she should juggle everything, because she knows, she's like, I'm going to be successful anyway. I can juggle this. Unexpected unknown factors. Again, here we go. This is so funny. I love how I basically asked the same question in a different way. So they're giving me a same answer in a different way.
Yeah.
Because unexpected unknown factors, you have the Knight of Cups coming in. Again, this is somebody coming in with an offer. You see how he's extending that cup out there, like, here you go. It's an offer of love and friendship, and it's the same. The last reading, or the last spread that I did right before this one, it showed the lovers in that card, or in that category, unexpected or unknown, which is again a friend coming in, somebody coming in to her rescue, making a new bestie here.
Mm-hmm.
Near future is about looking in a new direction. So was this her best friend that she's turned away from? Or
She's got a large group of friends that are all kind of, but this she's very close with this girl. They did a lot together and live down the street, so makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's interesting, because this is so funny, because I'm seeing her taking a new direction in friends, but with somebody, I would say, who is her contemporary. So whoever this is that she's arguing with, I'm seeing the person that she's going to partner with or grow closer to is going to be somebody that she used to find a challenge, or somebody that doesn't get along with this other girl that she's having trouble with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come into her rescue that you're not expecting, because the Five of Wands is a card of challenge, communication, trying to make it work. I think what this is telling me is she's going to be going through this for a few more years, because that's one of the tough lessons that a lot of us have to go through in our early 20s and right up into our 30s sometimes, is that feeling of we don't want to say goodbye. It feels forever. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when we're young, we will forgive anything, because the thought of saying goodbye to people forever is just choking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that she's just in the process of going through that. Is she horseback riding? Why do I see horses when I'm talking about this?
I don't know. Nope. She doesn't horseback ride.
Has she ever taken lessons or anything?
No, not officially. I mean, we have family friends who have horses, and she rode a horse at their house. But
Was
that's
this
it.
recently? I don't think it was, but
No.
I'm seeing her on horses coming up.
Couple years ago. Yeah.
I feel like that mother figure behind you. I'm not sure if this is your mom. I don't know if this is your mom. I don't think
My
it is.
grandma.
I was
yeah.
just gonna say, I think it's your grandma. But
Or it could be my mother-in-law, my daughter's grandma, maybe.
well, when you say that, I see another energy come forward. So I think I was with your grandma at first, because
Okay.
I think what she's showing me with the horse riding lessons and stuff is, it's like, don't give her something else to focus on. Give her something like that would be so fun, because I get the feeling like if you presented her with like, here you go, here's some horse riding lessons or competitions or something like that, that she could, oh shoot, I'm just spilling stuff everywhere. Something like that she could focus on, that these kind of problems would not nearly take precedence in her life anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, she's very passionate about soccer, so that she spends, but when you said horseback riding and my grandma, it made me think of something, and it's not in the same line of what you were saying, but
That's okay.
when my grandma was little, she had her older sister was kind of mean, and when they would ride horses, my grandma would have her arms around her sister to hold onto the horse, and her sister would like scratch her with her fingernails on her hands, and she couldn't do anything. So I just got the thought in my head that my grandma couldn't stand up for herself with somebody who was mean, but my daughter is.
I got goosebumps as you're saying that. And I so appreciate you trying to figure out what that means, because I don't always know why they show me certain things, right?
Yeah.
But when you explain it that way, it makes perfect sense why she would show us that after talking about your daughter standing up for herself.
Yeah.
That's why it's her that's standing here talking to you about it. So she's saying, don't even worry about it. She's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
In fact, I see her going through these situations at a young age so that it's nothing she has to think about moving forward. For the majority of her life, she will have mastered these issues.
She's very mature for her age that way, just in how she manages situations and that, and very proud of her.
They just gave her a cake. Is it her birthday that just passed or coming up?
It's her half birthday coming up. Her half birthday is on my grandpa's actual birthday.
Oh, it's your grandfather's birthday. Okay.
Yeah, my grandfather, who should be there right beside my grandma. They're always holding hands, you say.
I just know she gave you guys a cake, and we were just talking about your daughter. So when I see her giving a cake, I thought she was talking to your daughter, but they were saying happy birthday, because it's definitely not an anniversary or something. They didn't show me the rose. They showed me a birthday cake.
Yeah.
And I think it would be hilarious if we had her bake it. That's kind of how I heard it. Is she?
Well, so she just made me, my birthday was 3 weeks ago, and she made me my favorite ice cream cake.
That's sounding familiar.
Yeah, yeah. She did that, yeah.
Your grandma's kind of teasing about teaching her how to make another cake, a real cake too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do that. We bake a lot together.
Interesting. Let me just hold on before don't go anywhere. I just got to clean up this water real quick before it lands on my lap. Just need a tissue. Oh my goodness sake. Okay. Is there any other questions that you want to ask before we're done here?
I don't think so. That's been, when your child's going through something, you go through it too, because that's been heavy on my mind lately.
Okay. Well, she's doing just fine. It's like the feeling that I get about that is like, you should be as worried about her as you would be if she was studying for final exams. There's a lot of pressure, there's stress, there's challenges around her, but they're all for very positive reasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not the same type of stress as if she was drinking or in trouble in some way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. So, do you understand Smurfs or blue? I feel like I don't know if this is like I'm seeing something about the nails and blue, and then I saw Smurfs.
Huh. Um,
Did somebody paint their nails blue?
oh, well, yes. So, as I said, it was my birthday 3 weeks ago. So on my birthday, I took the day off work and went and got a pedicure. And I always get white, like off white on my toes, the gel nails. And
Yeah,
this time I mixed it up and I got like a baby blue on my toenails.
that's why she's showing me blue nails. So that's very specific. You can't make that up. It's her way of letting you know that she was with you when you went and got that done.
I knew that. I knew she was with me. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You told me to watch for coins on my birthday, and I didn't see any coins on my birthday, but then in the days following, because I'm not really out walking on the streets where I would see coins, like,
Yeah.
so, but in the days following, I randomly found a nickel in a pair of shorts that I hadn't worn for a while and things like that. So I knew she was with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's definitely letting you know that she's there. And she's really proud of your daughter and you. And just so you know, this is breaking a generational curse that affected her when she was much older. And your daughter and you are breaking it now when she was very young. So that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Aw.
And does she have anything to say about my garden? Because she,
Funny you say that. I'm seeing plants back here and I'm trying to
Yeah.
ignore it. And then you're like, does she have anything to say about garden? Well, yeah, she's saying something. She's saying, hold on. I heard hurry up and wait. There's something about being anxious to put it out, but then waiting and then doing it. I don't know. I'm seeing like this. Do it or don't do it. Do it or don't do it. Do it or don't do it.
Yeah. So you told me that my grandma wanted me to plant sunflowers and that she would make sure they would grow tall. So I'd never planted sunflowers before. So I did. And my garden has looked the best it's ever looked. Like, it was lush. And then the hailstorm came on Friday, 3 rounds of it, and pretty much decimated it. I had to pull out most of the sunflowers. And so I was like, Grandma, you told me to plant these and now look at it. Like, what does that mean?
That means that we had a storm and that if you replant them, because it's still kind of early in the summer, we still have 3 more months of summer, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much. So I'm feeling like it's about learning to take a deep breath and move forward and not think that it's the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? We're all
Right.
trained to look at situations like that as devastating, or as final, kind of, or as a sign of that we did something wrong or whatever, right? Like what you said, why? It just sometimes things happen. And instead of do you remember what I was saying? I can't remember, just somebody before, maybe it was even you. Don't cry at the closed door, look in a different direction, or just move forward.
Yeah.
I think what you're going to find is that when you, because I don't see all of them being gone, but a good portion of them, and some of the ones that are left are damaged, but are going to just come back like bigger and better than ever.
Okay, good.
To blow your mind even more. Like what I see is if you think that garden bloomed really well for you before that hailstorm, wait till you see what happens after.
Okay, good.
And that's why I'm seeing that. Do I, don't I? Do I, don't I? It's like, well, do I plant it again? Do I not? Do I go for it? Do I not?
Yeah, that's how I'm like, do I pull out all the peas or do I wait a few more days to see if they're really dead? So I've just been kind of waiting.
I would wait too, because have you asked her to fix it for you? See, we forget, right? We forget to ask, and this is just it. This is what I've learned. Just because you asked yesterday doesn't mean you asked today. We have to ask for every single thing that we need. And we have to remember that universal law of free will, right? So just because you know that grandma can see the garden's damage doesn't mean that you asked her to help you fix it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So make sure you say, okay, This happened. Now help me fix it. And watch help show up like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I swear that the universe is giving us circumstances and challenges in our life right now so that we will continue to ask for help. It's like literally teaching us how to get their assistance moving forward because we
Yeah.
haven't been taught that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been teaching my daughter that too. I tell her to ask her grandmas, like her immediate grandma is on the other side, and then her great grandmas. And so she's been doing that and then following her gut on how to manage situations.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, then I will let it go there.
When are you away, Tracy? I missed what you said.
The 19th, July 19th until the 4th, I think it is. Oh, and I should tell you guys now before, because after this, later today, I'm going live on Instagram and doing some free readings and stuff on there. But I also had a little contest going on Instagram where if you share the post that I did about going live tonight, then your name, share it, tag 3 people, and then your name gets entered into a free draw for somebody's going to win a completely free reading. Wow. See, even talking about that, I feel dead people come forward. I can't even remember what I was going to say. It literally cleared out my head. Try this again. Today, 6 o'clock, Mountain Time, our time, free live readings on Instagram. And I did a post a couple of days ago about this. So if you share the post, tag 3 people in that post, then all of your names are being recorded, put into like a draw, and then one of those people will get a free reading. The other thing is that between now and the time that I leave, I'm doing a discount on group readings because the masks are lifted now. Woohoo! At least you're in Calgary. I'm not sure. Amanda, out there, you're in Ontario. I don't think they've lifted the mask thing yet.
No.
But here we have, so we're celebrating. So I'm taking $10.
We still can't even go into restaurants. So.
Oh, we went last night. They lifted it yesterday afternoon. We went to a restaurant last night. No mask.
Oh, that's so nice.
But yeah, so for the next 2 weeks before I leave to celebrate being able to get together again, I'm going to take $10 a person off the cost of a group reading. So for a group reading of 5 or more, it's only $65 a person instead of $75. So yeah.
Cool.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. Or wait,
Great.
Saturday.
Have a great vacation if we don't speak again.
Thank you. You
Thanks.
too.
Bye,
Have a
Tracy.
great summer. Okay.
Thanks, Lucy. Bye-bye.
Bye.